Welcome to Nazarbayev University Centre for Preparatory Studies. I am James Arthurs and I am one of the team of teachers working at this centre. Because of COVID-19, we are unable to welcome you in person on campus as we and you would have wished. Nazarbayev University staff have worked hard to prepare online facilities for teaching, learning, and communicating with students in classes and tutorials. We have done this so that you will not be disadvantaged in the present situation. You are now moving on from high school and beginning to work in a university environment. This will be a year of transition in which the work that you do can have a very positive impact on your undergraduate courses. You can also learn new skills necessary for success at university, where you will meet new challenges, quite different from those at high school. To help you adapt to studying at Nazarbayev University Centre for Preparatory Studies, two of last year's students, Diana and Rakhat, have agreed to share some of their experiences of studying, talking about the maths course, the English for Academic Purposes course, and the Leadership Skills module. We hope that listening to the accounts of these students will help you to prepare for what lies ahead and give you confidence in facing challenges. It may also raise new questions, and your teachers will always be ready to help you find answers to these. Let's first start off with some general questions about studying in NUFYP. What were some of the differences between studying at high school and at university?
Though we had all of this support from university side, we also needed to make an effort to proceed and to the next year. So we needed to organize our own time, plan our weekly goals, and be more organized.
At university, you do not learn some unuseful for you subjects. You only concentrate on your own interests, only learn what you want.
You were studying online and living at home, not on campus in a student community. How did you cope with this? Was it a challenge?
It was a challenge because, at home, people have less motivation. They cannot concentrate on their work. And to cope with it, I just tried my best, just work hard, and that's the only way, I think.
I couldn't communicate with other students in person, face-to-face. And during seminars and other Zoom meetings, we all discussed academic stuff. So I couldn't really cope with that in the beginning, especially before fall break. But our Telegram community and other students at NUFYP, we all communicated together, and sometimes we gathered together in Zoom and just had fun. We talked about things and we understood that it's not only us who is studying at home.
When you're in class online, what do you have to do?
I think first of all it is engage in class discussions. It's for sure, because you need to gain the maximum from those seminars you have with your instructors and with other students, because it really helps. Professors and other tutors can actually give you an extra information which can be both useful and interesting.
It's better for you to be active, to participate during the seminars. Do not be shy, and ask your teacher if you do not understand something.
Take notes of things that you discuss in seminars. Well, while lectures can be just reviewed later from presentations and other video materials which were recorded, seminars cannot be repeated. So I think it is important to take notes if it really interests you.
What advice would you give to new students?
Firstly, start to work on research projects as early as you can.
Be intellectually curious.
Always be prepared for the seminars.
Enjoy classes.
Do not be shy.
Don't think that it will be fine because you were accepted in NUFYP, because you really need to do some more work to proceed to the next year.
Now, let's move on to questions about the math course. What did you find different between the math course at NUFYP and the math courses you took in your high school?
The main difference is that the math course at NUFYP includes the programs of the high school and the beginning of the bachelor's program, which means that all of this information is in the foundation program, and you need to learn fast. You need to constantly work in order to gain all of this knowledge.
I graduated from an ordinary school, so it was really difficult in the beginning. I think it was because simple topics were taught in a deeper level.
Can you tell me something about the difficulties you had with the maths course and how you worked to overcome these difficulties?
Honestly, sometimes I was unprepared for seminars, and eventually I had some troubles with the exam preparation. Therefore, I recommend new students to constantly watch the lectures before the seminars, because during the seminars they can ask their teacher about some moments which they do not understand.
What were the most useful resources?
Web work, for sure, because those exercises in lectures were easier, and web work was like more difficult than those lectures. So I think web work and worksheets and YouTube videos from Indian bloggers.
Our next set of questions is about the EAP course. First of all, Rahat, can you explain what the research project is?
The research project is a writing task where you answer some specific question you choose.
What was your topic and why did you choose this particular topic?
My topic is to what extent can single-use plastics be reduced in current US society? I chose this topic because I was interested in ecology and environmental issues, a special plastic issue in the world.
So my topic was if the autonomous vehicles are more practical than the usual cars on the roads of the USA currently. It is related to my interests, as I want to become an engineer in the future.
What was the most challenging part of the writing process of the research project?
I think the most challenging part of the research project is search for sources, because I guess it takes the majority of time you spend for the research project itself. And as I already said, it is sometimes it is very hard to find an academic and useful source which contains the information in it.
The most difficult part of writing RP is actual writing RP, because in the beginning you can, of course, read resources and just analyze them, analyze what arguments you can have, but actually writing it and analyzing it again and again is difficult.
Now that you have finished your project and carried out the work successfully, what advice would you give to next year's students with regard to choosing a topic that you think would help them to produce a good research project?
You don't want to choose something that you aren't interested in, because it would be really boring. Secondly, I think actual reading sources in the first semester, because in the beginning, while writing my outline, I didn't really read my sources fully. So I spent a lot of time reviewing those sources in the second semester, which was real painful for me.
I would recommend them to choose a topic they know something about, because it is much easier to write when you already know what to write.
Finally, I have a few questions that will relate to our new leadership course. My first set of questions is, did you set academic and personal goals for yourself last year? And were you able to reach these goals?
First of all, I wanted to write excellent RPP, not just RP, but RPP in the first semester, and I did that.
Actually, I could improve my English, which was one of my academic goals.
Find a major I wanted to choose. I also completed this goal. I chose sociology with the help of ALC short courses.
Actually, there was a lot of free time for me, and I could work on my personal goals.
As for personal goals, I wanted to take care of my health, but I didn't really do that because I didn't concentrate on this goal. I spent a lot of time in front of my computer, and because of this, I had some health issues. But I think overall it was okay.
Did you manage your time effectively? Did you create and follow a study schedule? And how did this affect your academic performance?
After the first semester, I started to constantly follow my schedule. I could manage my time effectively, and of course, as a result, my performance affected positively.
I think right from the beginning, I tried to set goals for a week. Well, for the semester, of course, first of all, for exams, for weeks, and for like every day, but they weren't really precise. So I knew that I needed to complete one task within 3 days or something like this. So I also had study session blocks in my Google Calendar, which really helped me to organize my time, because I needed to spend some time for writing research projects, and sometimes it didn't have any deadline.
Did you have trouble meeting deadlines?
In the beginning of second semester, I didn't have any motivation to study, well, not to study, but to write research project. So my first draft of research project was I had low marks on that. But after this, I managed to work every day. So even if I didn't have motivation, I just did work every day so I could write good project in the end. I think that lack of motivation is not something that because of which you shouldn't study. You should study even if you don't have motivation, because motivation appears during work too.
This is where we will conclude our interview. Many thanks to Diana and Rakat for giving their insights into the Nazarbayev University first year program. Thank you all for watching the video, and I hope you look forward to your year in Nazarbayev University first year program. Thank you.